Hey, it's the OC Food Diva, and we're back in the test kitchen again with Pereg Natural Foods. Today we're going to be using oat multi-purpose flour. And again, we're trying recipes on the back of the packages, just because I've never worked with any of these flours before. This one is the oatmeal banana pancakes. So I'm going to show you the ingredients, and also if you're into the big, round pancakes, that's your traditional thing, you're welcome to do it via the recipe, which will help below because it's on their website. I found a cool way of making pancakes a couple years ago with a sheet pan. And you've probably seen it on the internet too. It's so easy. All you do is make the batter, and then you pour the entire batter into a sheet pan. You bake it for 15 minutes. You're not in front of the stove for half an hour flipping pancakes. And it's so easy, and then all you do is cut them into squares or rectangles with a pizza cutter, and it's off to the races. You have time to, you can make your bacon while you're, actually you can put your bacon on sheet pan too and put it in the oven with the pancakes. But anyways, you could be doing something else while the pancakes are being baked in the oven. So let me show you the ingredients and then we'll get started. Here's a closer look at the bag of oat multi-purpose flour. And we've got sugar, cinnamon, vanilla extract, red sea salt, this is Hawaiian sea salt, baking powder, eggs, butter, and bananas. Just wanted to tell you about the flour. It's a non-GMO, all-natural, gluten-free, and vegan. Although the recipe we're using today with the parts, you can make it vegan if you want to substitute butter for coconut milk, and then you can find a egg-free egg substitute, and then you'd measure out 2 eggs worth of that, and then it would be vegetarian. So let's get started. We're going to combine the dry ingredients now. So I've got my oat flour here so you can actually see what it looks like. And then we've got our sugar. And then we've got our red sea salt, baking powder, and cinnamon. So we're just going to sift this together with the whisk to combine it. Okay. Now we're going to combine the wet ingredients. So I've already mashed the bananas in here, so you need ripe bananas. And the best way I found to mash is using a pastry cutter. Since it's round, it fits the sides of your bowl, and it mashes really well. I learned that from when Food Network was first on. I don't know if it was Sarah Moulton or Emeril Lagasse or one of them. And then we've got our eggs, vanilla extract, and our melted butter. So make sure you get all that in there. Mix this all together. Make sure you get those yolks in there. Okay, everything incorporated. Oh, and another tip, keep your banana peels. There's a movement out there about no waste, and you can eat your banana peels. I've seen them baked in the oven and seasoned like bacon, so they get crispy in the oven. Or my favorite way is to freeze them, and then when I'm ready to make a banana cake, I use this. I boil it until it gets soft and dark brown, and then I just blend it up in the NutriBullet. It turns into this banana liquid because it just smells like bananas, and then you use that to flavor your cake, and it's wonderful. You wouldn't even know that there wasn't any banana in there. It was just banana peels. So keep these in your freezer. Okay, so we've got our wet ingredients and our dry ingredients, and with any bacon you want to keep your wet and dry ingredients separate until you're ready to bake, because the leavening agent will activate once you add the liquid to the dry. So here we go. Mix this up, and I have to say this is like the perfect pancake thickness. So this one I think is a really good recipe so far. Okay. I'm going to show you a trick to keep your sheet pan pancake from sticking to the sheet pan. So what we're going to do, if you can, Reynolds Kitchens parchment paper is the best, because they have this cool measuring system. So you can cut by, there's a full square or half square here. I think they're an inch. So each square is an inch or 2 inches. And you can, spread it across. So what you do is turn this over, and I'm going to see here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares. I'm just going to cut on the 5 square. It's easier to do it with kitchen shears instead of trying to tear it off of the box, because sometimes it just doesn't work. And then we're going to spray, get this out of the way. I'm going to spray the sheet pan. Make sure you get the edges too. And we're going to put this on the bottom. It'll stick up a little bit on the edges, but as long as you can get most of it on the bottom, it'll be so much easier. And then you just run your butter knife across the edges here, and we'll spray it again before we, actually, you know what, I'll do it right now. So you've got the coating on there, the parchment paper's on there, and then all you have to do is, once the batter's done, we just pour it right into the pan. Okay, we've got our sheet pan, and then you're just going to pour this directly into your sheet pan. And if you do this sheet pan recipe once, you may never go back to regular griddled pancakes again, because it's so easy and so fast, and it allows you to spend more time with your family instead of standing there in front of the stove. Move it over to the sides, get it in there so it grabs the sides of the sheet pan. Okay. I'm just gonna that. So now it's flat and even. And it's ready for the oven. So this recipe does not include a sheet pan recipe or how to bake it. So This is a 9x13 sheet pan covered with parchment paper on the bottom and cooking spray. We preheated the oven to 425 and it's going to cook for, or bake for, 15 minutes. Okay, it's ready and it's perfect. It pulled away from the sides of the pan. You can see. So we don't have to run the butter knife. So we're gonna let this cool for a little bit and then we're gonna go ahead and cut it up. The pancake is about cool enough for me, the pan at least, for me to touch. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip this over. As you can see, it came right off. Actually, the parchment paper is still on the sheet pan, so that turned out nice. So it's nice and steaming. And then you can cut it into squares, you can cut it into rectangles. Let's do squares this time. How easy that was, and you've got all your pancakes ready to go. Oh, flip it over. Nice one. I'm just kind of stagger them along. I like playing cards. And I'm going to put a pat of butter on there. Nothing is sweeter than some maple syrup. These pancakes smell like banana cinnamon oatmeal when they were baking in the oven. So, yum, yum. Well, I hope you enjoyed this look at the oatmeal banana pancakes, sheet pan style, using Parag Naturals oat multi-purpose flour. We'll have a link to the recipe below and also a link to this product so you can buy it and try it. It smells amazing, so I can't wait to dig in. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. We'll see you next time. Mahalo!